Okay, I am totally excited this morning because, for once, and probably the only time, I will have a chance to talk about bar soap drama. The company that produces today's bar soap has fallen into some hot water. There are charges of racism, politics, there are foreigners involved, really kind of crazy stuff. But we're going to discuss that at the end of the review. First, let's get down to business by looking at the bar soap itself. We're going to review the Shea Moisture Superfruit Complex Soap with mango butter and green coffee bean extract. You can find this at Target for $5. On the front, you can see the ingredient list. The ingredients are sourced responsibly in Africa, so the people there who gather up the components of the soap are paid a decent living wage. Then the ingredients are shipped here to the United States, where our people make the soap and our people are paid a living wage as well. On the side, you can see some of the things that are not in this soap. They try to be extremely organic, so there are very few chemicals in this product. And then on the back, you can see the history of this soap. It originally came from Liberia, which is a country in Africa, in 1912. And now they have emigrated here to the United States, and this is produced in our country. But that's all part of the crazy drama involved, which we will get to at the end. Next, let's take a look at the bar of soap outside of the packaging. Here is the bar of soap itself. It is an 8-ounce bar. I'm extremely pleased with the contours of it. It's well put together. I've seen more expensive soaps that don't even look this good. Just a great job on presentation, Shea Moisture. Good work. Okay, after using the soap, I do have a few opinions on it. We're going to start by discussing the lather. It is a thick, rich, foamy lather that is top-notch. It's almost instantaneous after you step in the shower. If you're planning on doing any sort of shaving, this will work out fine for you. Moving on to the moisturizing. That was a bit of a disappointment. I had higher hopes. I'm not going to say that it dried out my skin because it didn't. By the same token though, I'm not going to say it moisturized my skin either. We're going to have to give this a neutral rating. It cleaned my body, and that was about it. Finally, the scent of the soap is interesting. It depends on your personal taste. I like stronger to medium scented soaps. This was what I would have to call a mild scent. While you're in the shower, it is a medium scent. After you towel off, it really dissipates and turns into a mild scent that you can barely smell. And that's too bad because this is a masculine, fruity scent. And that's not something you encounter very often. The mango was very detectable in the mixture of other fruits. And it was a nice aroma that I just wish was stronger. There you have it. That's my review of the soap. Overall, I'm going to say it was a really good soap. It brought some of that shower magic that I like. Even though it didn't moisturize as well as I like and the scent wasn't as strong, there was just something special about the shower experience. And that's a real good thing when it comes to bar soap. Well, now we're going to discuss the drama, so stay tuned. Better sit down. The backstory. They started in New York 25 years ago. Back then, they advertised primarily towards black women. Hair care products for African Americans, skincare products for African Americans. They were all about the black community 25 years ago. Now, they are nationwide. They are sold in Target. And when I'm in Target, I see mainly white people buying their products. It's all different ethnicities. Shea Moisture is becoming a very popular product. A year ago, on Twitter, they had some advertisements that featured white children. They were tastefully done, cute little advertisements that involved Twitter and white children, and the kids were like, I want some more Shea Moisture, something like that. But there are those on Twitter, and Twitter is its own weird world, who claim that Shea Moisture was selling out the black community by featuring white people in their commercials. The next bit of drama is September now. Fast forward to today. Bain Capital has taken an investment stake in Shea Moisture. And the way people know Bain Capital is they immediately think of Mitt Romney, who started that company, and he ran as the Republican nominee for president a few years ago. I think the chain is Mitt Romney, Republican, giant corporations, and somehow that equals bad. People have criticized them for selling out once again. That is the critique of Shea Moisture. Now, from my opinion, when it comes to Bain Capital, I'm pretty pragmatic here. Shea Moisture stated that Mitt Romney isn't even affiliated with Bain Capital anymore, that he's retired. So why are people bringing up that comparison? I know there are those who think a small company turning into a giant company, becoming a corporation, is somehow bad. I don't see it as that. One of the things about Mitt Romney is that he's a Mormon and he started Bain Capital. And for those of you who don't know Mormons, they're a very civic, community-minded people. They really do want to help raise folks out of poverty. And Shea Moisture stated that one of the reasons that they went with Bain Capital, besides just the investment, is because they share the same principles. And I think that's great. The bigger Shea Moisture becomes, the more people are going to help in Africa, the more people are going to help here in the United States. I can't want them not to become big. I want them to be as successful as they can. That's what it means to have a business in America, to cater to everyone. Now, the advertising. Advertising. This is a tricky one because advertising is such a fascinating topic. They've done so much data over the years to try to sell something to you at home, whoever you are. I don't know what you look like. I don't know what your gender is. I don't know what your income is. But advertisers, they're doing everything within their power to find out everything they can about you. And then they want to tell you, whoever you are, that people who look like you, who act like you, that they drink this water. Let's say I lived in a primarily black community and they were selling this water, an advertisement for it in a magazine. I would see black people in the magazine. If I lived in a primarily white neighborhood, I would see white people in the magazine. I discovered this, it was a real eye-opener, the way I figured this all out. One day I came upon a gay magazine, which I had never really encountered before, and out of curiosity, I was just paging through it. And we're used to seeing advertisements for beer. You see this guy with this really hot girl, and they've got like a Bud Light or something, and they're having a great time, it's a party. It was the kind of reverse of that in the gay magazine. You would see like a dude, and then there'd be another dude with him, and they'd be having a great time, and they'd be drinking the same beer. It just turns out that the advertisers, they know how to market to people to get into their minds. They do it based on income, religion, ethnicity. There's so much data that they use. It's really kind of scary almost. But that is normal advertising these days. And I expect the same thing with Shea Moisture. Shea Moisture will have to start advertising towards white people, towards Asian people, towards everyone. And to be honest, most major corporations these days actually do try to include everyone in their national advertising. And I like that. I think that's what American society is. It's inclusive of everyone. And people who like the product will still be able to use the product. You know, black women who cared about this product and wanted to use it are still going to be able to do that. And now more people will be able to enjoy the product as well, which is great. I think, well, at least as far as their bar soap is concerned, that if they make some tweaks to their product, they could one day possibly challenge Dove. And that is astounding. Well, that's just my view on the whole controversy surrounding it. What do you think? Let me know. This is probably the only time we'll be able to talk about, like, drama in concerns to bar soap. But I enjoyed it, and I hope you did too. I'll see you later.